Once, a Zen master and his student were sitting by a tranquil lake nestled in the mountains. The master, deep in meditation, asked the student, "What thoughts are running through your mind?" The student hesitated for a moment and replied, "I'm thinking of something, but this thought is distracting me." The master smiled gently and said nothing. Suddenly, the master picked up a stone from the water and placed it before the student, saying, "Pick up this stone and hold it in your hand." The student easily picked up the stone and held it without any difficulty. The master asked, "Does it feel heavy?" The student replied, "No, it's light." The master said, "Now hold this stone in your hand and meditate." The student closed his eyes, holding the stone, and began to meditate. As time passed, the student gradually started to feel the weight of the stone. After an hour, the master asked, "How do you feel now?" The student responded, "The stone feels heavier now, and my hand is aching." The master smiled again, gently. The master said, "The weight of the stone hasn't changed, so why does it suddenly feel heavier?" The student pondered silently. The master explained, "The stone's weight didn't increase, but holding it for a long time made it feel heavy." The master removed the stone and said to the student, "Thoughts are just like this. If you hold on to a thought for too long, it becomes heavy." The student listened intently and realized that he had been holding on to his thoughts, which had made him feel mentally exhausted. The master asked another question, "What would happen if you held this stone all night?" The student replied, "It would become unbearable, and I might drop it." The master nodded in agreement. "This is what happens with our thoughts," the master said. "If we keep holding on to a thought, it drains us, saps our energy, and weakens us mentally." The student closed his eyes and realized that his thoughts were indeed troubling him. He saw that he had been holding on to his negative thoughts for too long. The master gently said, "If you let go of this stone, you will feel immediate relief. In the same way, if you let go of your thoughts, you will find mental peace." The student wondered, "If my thoughts are like this stone, can I easily let them go?" He began to deeply consider how he could release his thoughts. The master instructed the student to return to meditation, but this time, he was to let his thoughts simply pass by, without holding on to any of them. As the student began to meditate, he observed his thoughts come and go. He realized that when he didn't hold on to a thought, it gradually became lighter. After some time, the student opened his eyes and looked at the master. He understood now that holding on to thoughts made them heavy, and letting them go brought peace. The master smiled and said, "Remember, the weight of a thought is only as heavy as you make it by holding on. Let go, and you will feel light." The student bowed respectfully, thanking the master.